Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 2nd. We're just going to jump right in here, Aries, and we are going to see what is going on for you. I would say almost every single sign has had something about bringing like a hamster wheel situation to an end. Again, we have a eclipse this week. Well, actually, last week, if you're watching this, the week of the 2nd, it was on April 30th. Doesn't matter. Eclipses last for like 6 months after the eclipse. So it's an energy that we're all going to be dealing with. And I do feel that this particular eclipse is asking us to release something that we've either been holding on to or something that just needs to be released in general. So that's kind of what I get for you here. But you start off with this clean it up card. I've said to everyone that over the past few months that it seems to me like we're going towards this like funnel energy. I feel like everybody's being funneled to a point, and it's like that's why the readings have been so similar from sign to sign to sign. I think everybody's being pushed to this funnel point. All the energy is the same right here, and then we're going to be funneled out like that. I feel it's super important that we clean up our vibe, that we clean up our energy, so that when we go this way, we can have the things that we desire or want in our life. So we're definitely going through like a massive rapid change. And you have the Eight of Wands here, which would represent a quick conclusion or a rapid transformation or a rapid change. It looks to me like there's, just a change going on for you here, Aries. And I feel like it's going to be a good one. But I would make sure that your vibe is right with this energy. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Emperor. I feel this is you, obviously, coming up in a very strong position. Why won't you focus? There we go. The Emperor is a really good card of having a really good plan as well. If we go this way, you have the Emperor, the Six of Wands to the Four of Swords. I feel like you've been dreaming of a plan. For a lot of you, I feel this has to do with career or work, which I've been getting for you for a few months. I feel like there's some hesitations. Maybe there's some anxiety, or maybe there are some limiting beliefs that you have. That's what I would be working on here if I were you, Aries. I do have a lot of planets, two planets, but big planets, Jupiter and Venus. Venus isn't a big planet, but it's a close planet, right? In Aries. And like one thing that I've really been working on personally because of that energy is personal, like my personal beliefs about myself. And I'm not saying this to talk about myself. I'm saying this because I feel like that's what you should be working on here with this energy. This is kind of like your inner beliefs, about who you are, what you're able to accomplish, and all those things. The Six of Wands card of success, abundance, card of achievement. We're going to talk about that. But to me, it's a card of needing to have that confidence, right? And needing to speak positively about yourself, and even in the words that you use in yourself. It's like we are saying things to ourselves every single day, even without words, right? We say things to ourselves with the decisions that we make, and that might not involve a word. We might decide that we're gonna go, to the park and enjoy ourselves, but then, but if we don't go to the park, we might be saying, well, I'm afraid that I'm gonna be judged, or I'm afraid people are looking at me. We might decide I'm gonna start a YouTube channel or I'm not, and you might not do it because you're fearing being judged or whatever. So it doesn't necessarily require words, but it's like our actions also kind of speak to our inner voice, right? And I feel that that's what you're cleaning up here with this energy. You have the Eight of Wands, which again is quick or rapid success. It's quick conclusion as well. It's also a card of your words, so I would definitely watch your words at this time, Aries. I would practice positive self-talk with this Eight of Wands energy for sure, because it just seems like it could help motivate you. And everybody, I think a lot of people have had the Four of Pentacles. Again, makes perfect sense to me with the eclipse, the Mercury retrograde coming up. Yeah, I think it's a little bit confusing energy, and, sorry, I have the hiccups now. I also think we could be holding on to things that no longer serve us, or we could be being asked to release things that we've been holding on to for a very long period of time. Next, you have this Thinker card. I feel like there's been a lot of thinking about taking something to the next level. I'm pretty sure you have this card, and I feel like I'm always saying to you that there's like an upgrade for you, or you could be upgrading something. She's sitting here, but she wants to be up here. It's like she wants to level up. And I really feel that a lot of you kind of need to level up, especially as I always say, I always get the feeling for you that this is in work or career, Aries, because I'm cheating a little bit because of the astrology, because, Jupiter's going to be moving into your first, and then in 2024 or whatever, it'll be moving into your second house. It's going to have a lot to do with your career and how you make money, but I feel like there's a lot. Also, this month in May, it's going to be moving into your first house, which is amazing for attention, expansion, growth, good things happening for you with the Six of Wands. So I feel like there's a lot of positive attention coming in for you with the Six of Wands. I feel like there's going to be good news coming in for you. To me, the Eight of Wands, by the way, Eight of Wands, Six of Wands is a combination of good news that is available to you. You also have the Death card. So the Death card is a card of a transformation, and I do feel like something needs to be released at this time with the Death card. The Death card can represent kind of needing to let go of something and needing to be excited for a new beginning, which I kind of feel for you there. And you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of like knowing that you know that something is for you. So I feel you really need to believe that you are capable of doing something with this energy for sure. The Seven of Wands, like I said, it's a card of like just really a deep held belief. And that's what I'd be focusing on with the Seven of Wands. Like, what do you believe at this time? Next, you have this round and round card. Again, I feel for some of you, this is like a hamster wheel situation that needs to come to an end, something that has been repeating itself for too long. For some of you, it could be love, is what I would say here. I feel like if it's love, it's just like a static situation is how I feel it. You have the Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but it's like, that's not how it's popping into my head. I read intuitively, Aries, and what I'm getting here is if this is love, it's just like, it doesn't really feel like love to me, number one. It feels like two people who are kind of just dealing with each other. So if you're in that situation, this could be asking you to leave the situation. For others, definitely work. I feel like something needs to change. And again, as I've said to everyone else, because of the eclipse, I would be looking at your life. I'd be looking and saying, in business and career, has anything changed? Have you made more money? Or yes or no? Are things better than they used to be? Or is there some sort of difference? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, then something needs to change. And that's what I feel like this is saying. You have the Four of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Judgment card. The Judgment card is asking you to step out of the coffins. These people, they are standing in the coffin, and the coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life, represents new opportunities, new things that they could be experiencing. So in a lot of ways, I feel like the Judgment card is saying there needs to be a rebirth, there needs to be a change in your life with that energy. The Seven of Swords is a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but it's also a card of doing things differently. He is not going to war with this army that's in the background there. He is stealing the swords so they can't be used against him in battle. And so I always say the Seven of Swords really says that there are a million ways to do things. So if you're like trying to be more successful in work or business, just realize that there are other ways of doing things. I would be a little bit careful. Six of Wands, there's a person right here, and they're meant to look jealous. And I would say with the Seven of Swords, I would be careful of like dealing with like jealous people or anything like that. I would just ignore it, plain and simple. And finally, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a card of recovery, and so I feel that allowing a change is going to lead to like a very rapid recovery for you here, Aries. But let's clarify this. Let's see what is going on for you at this time. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords could be a person that you are holding on to. King of Swords, I feel, is actually a person who has answers for you. If you're dealing with something important, anything legal, the King of Swords would represent like finding a lawyer. It doesn't have to be a man, by the way. It could be any gender. But it's usually a card of an expert who can solve a problem very quickly. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. Again, your beliefs are going to be very important at this time. I feel if you believe that something is true, it's going to be true. If you don't believe it's true, then it's not going to be true, right? The Seven of Wands is kind of like he believes something here on this Seven of Wands. He believes things, that's why he's defending his position at the top of a hill, because when there is no other way than to be successful, then you will be successful. That's basically what the Seven of Wands says. With the Emperor, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Your fortunes are changing here, Aries, for sure. I do feel that things are getting better for you. I think things are going to be improving, but it really is going to have to do with you taking control of cycles, especially with that round and round card. I feel that this is talking about you needing to make sure that you are taking advantage of things that are happening in your life with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, it's like we're at the center. If we're at the center of the wheel, then we're able to control our own reality or destiny, whatever you want to call it. If we're like on the outside, we're just being tossed around, kind of like in a washing machine. We want to be on the center of the wheel. With the Death card, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away from things that no longer serve you. The Eight of Cups is a card of just needing to walk away from things that no longer serve you. I kind of look at the Eight of Cups as an emotional whirlpool. To me, it's something that's like sucking you down, and you need to prevent it from sucking you down. It's an energy of needing to kind of remove yourself from a situation that could be stealing your energy, and I kind of feel that for you here. Funny enough, it's the only card in the tarot that traditionally has an eclipse on it, so I definitely feel there's a change coming in for you during this eclipse. With the Six of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords. This reading is all about living your truth here. Aries is what I would say to you. I feel like that's true for everybody right now, but seems to be truer for you on a much deeper level. I'd say if you're doing something that doesn't align with your feelings, that isn't your truth, then it's probably not going to, excuse me, it's probably not going to work out as well as you would like it to work out. So I would be making sure that you do things that you truly enjoy. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Star. Again, the Star is something that inspires you to action. The Star is something that makes you happy as well. It's also a card of seeing that something is possible. She is normally pouring the water onto the land outside of her pool, and that water is from the pool of universal consciousness, and it represents the fact that if something's possible for one person, it's possible for you. So if you want to do something, and someone has done it, even if they haven't, I would say, but if someone has done something that you want to do, then you are going to be successful doing it. I also feel there's a lot of positive attention coming in for you. There's a lot of energy moving through Aries. Through Aquarius. But yes, there will be, over the next couple of years, a lot of energy moving through Aries. But there's a lot of moving through Aquarius. And Aquarius wants us all to be kind of like our own little star. Wants us to get as much attention as we possibly can. And with the Four of Swords, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a card taking a risk. I definitely feel it would be a good time for you to take a risk. Again, I always say, based off the astrology right now, the risk that we are all taking is a risk of exposure, just the risk of being wrong about something, basically, and people finding out about it. So I'd say, who cares, right? We all make mistakes. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Tower. The Tower actually came up in reverse. I don't know if you saw that when I pulled it off, but I don't read reversals, number one. Number two, I don't like the Tower in reverse. I prefer the Tower to fall. The Tower's falling for a reason. I feel like too many people have made it seem like the Tower is some sort of like super bad card, but it's not. Tower moments can be uncomfortable, but they're necessary. The Tower forces us to face reality. The other thing is that to me, the Tower and the Judgment card is the most powerful combination in the tarot, and you have both right here. It represents some sort of major wake-up call, major revelation that you could be having. And with the Judgment card, you have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is like an offer. It could be news, and I definitely see news coming in, like good news coming in for you here, Aries, but it could be love. I just want to get like a final outcome here for you, Aries. Let's see. Lovers, could be love coming in for you if you are looking for love. So that could definitely be part of the final outcome. You have the Four Swords, like a break, catching a break. Could also be blessings coming in for you as well. So if you're hoping to receive blessings, could be blessings. And the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you always get the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is basically everything you want and desire to have in life. So there could be just a lot of good stuff coming in for you. But this is a really good reading. I would just focus on your making changes, and that's it. So thank you for being here, Aries. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you and definitely enjoy your week.